game as well, so hopefully we'll see it. That's went into the game after a high of that 5-1 win over Rovers, while a win for Drogheda would see them right on the coattails of the league leader. Stephen Alkin was at this one.
The good times could be returning to United Park, where they have good cooks on and off the pitch. Tea ladies sure make a sweet apple pie, but not as sweet as this fine St Pat's move. Christy Fagan's cross, James Chambers' header narrowly off target. That the best move of a very tight game. Last week we saw Kenny Browne give a masterclass against Shamrock Rovers. Here he set up Fagan, but the striker pulled his shot wide. Cheer up, Christy. It was the bumpy pitch. Drogheda didn't do much in attack, but they played hard and fair. A dead ball kick was their best chance in the first half. Alan McNally's header easily saved by Brendan Clarke. St Pat's craved the win that would add momentum to their demolition of the champions, but the breaks didn't go their way. Fagan's shot coming off Brian Gannon claims for a penalty, wishful thinking more than anything else. Liam Buckley always knew that this would be a difficult assignment, and so it proved. A corner from the other side almost gave Chris Forrester the chance, but his shot only busted the side netting. Drogheda played like a 10-man tackling machine, organised and extremely fit. Space was always at a premium. Then they produced a move worthy of winning the game. Gavin Brennan down the line to the overlapping Shane Grimes. His cross was inch perfect. Tiernan Mulvenna couldn't miss, but he did. St Pat's reprieved in lucky fashion, their unbeaten run preserved by less than the width of a post. There was still time for United to have one more opportunity. Gannon's shot had Clarke looking. Mick Cook's side are resilient, extremely fit, and will test the best in the weeks ahead. At the end, both sides knew they were in a contest. A draw, a fair result. Drogheda remain 3 points off the summit, extending their unbeaten run to 8. St Pat's just a point further back.
Yeah, fairly players, obviously. I thought in the second half, St Pat's pinned us back a lot, and we just couldn't find our way out. I thought we should have passed our way out of trouble when Pats were in the ascendancy against us. I thought maybe we needed a few round Nogars to get the ball up near the end line and just give ourselves a breather. I thought the first half maybe was 50-50, and yet in the end, because I thought we defended so well, we nearly got the winner. But I thought it would have been unjust to Pats had he lost again.
We'd probably be disappointed we didn't get a result out of it. How we had most of the play, and if anybody was going to score would have felt it was us bar the one chance they had in the second half. But overall, we'd probably be disappointed.
Owen, Liam Buckley went on to add when he was talking to the newspaper reporters that the pitch in Drogheda, in Dalymount and in Talca, he described them as crap. He says Manchester United couldn't play football on those sort of pitches. He's not using it as an excuse, he's just stating it as a fact. Does he have an argument?
Yes, he does, yeah. But at this time of the year, that's always been the case. You know, so the growth, you know, that's anybody who's looking after grounds will say that. It's very difficult for them to get it. So now that we've got growth, you'll see the pitch is getting better. So it is a fair point, especially if you're a footballing side. And I think Liam's always, his philosophy is always to try and get it down and pass it. It did affect them, but they were up against a very organised, as we could see there. I mean, any of the St Patrick's attacks there, there was the work rate of the Drogheda players, and Mick Cook must take a great deal of credit for that. In fact, I mean, you looked at the chance there, the Tiernan Mulvenna there. I mean, how he missed that, who knows? So, but I think, you know, the likes of the Christy Fagans and all that, I mean, they will mature under Liam Buckley. You know, he's an excellent player, and the few chances they've got, I thought that they might actually, I think the ground did affect them, particularly after the great win against Shamrock Rovers.
This is Mulvenna's missed chance.
Yeah,
I presume when he went to bed that night he had nightmares about this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's got time. It's actually come across his eyes. He thinks he's celebrating the goal before he scored it, in fact.
How did he miss it, Pat?
Well, again, you might even say the ground. We'll make an excuse.
He had the opportunity to put it in, Conor. I mean, as Owen said, he could have taken a touch, but I think it's just one of those things that he thinks he has it and he hasn't got it, you know, and it's one of those strikers' nightmares. From
St Patrick's point of view, Pat, that's 4 draws now in their last 5 games. Obviously, they had the great 5-1 win against Shamrock Rovers, but that must be something that's worrying Liam a little bit.
Of course it will be. I think the bigger worry I would have is that, I mean, they played so well against Rovers. So, I mean, is it just get up for the big ones and not for the other ones, you know? And I think when they went up to Drogheda, they should have carried on from what they did with Rovers. And if you're going to contest this league and you're going to want to win this league, you've got to always consolidate on a very, very good win, and especially against the champions. And they didn't do it. No, don't get me wrong, Drogheda are very, very good this year, and Mick Cook has done a great job. But if Pats have any aspirations of winning the title, they've got to go to places like Drogheda and win.
I think the question mark for me is who's the natural goal scorer in that Pat's team. Is it Christy Fagan? You know, we talked a little bit about Danny North earlier, 6 goals for Sligo. They'd love him in the side now.